y'all, it's your girl Kenzie Simone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, however, welcome, of course.
Hold on. Hey, it's your boy Sammy Rigo. It's Kidsy Simone channel. We going crazy. Intro music right now.
Oh my God, it's Kenzie. Kenzie. It's Kenzie Simone.
Y'all, today we are in for such a special treat.
Yeah.
If you have not
You
figured
ever had
yet,
talk like? Should I just let you talk to your people and then cut in, or how we gonna do this?
let me just tell them what we're talking about today, and then
You
you
know,
can come on in.
I'm a little nervous.
Okay, don't be nervous.
On my channel, we do wine, and you pregnant, so we can't do wine. So
I'm very pregnant.
yeah.
But yeah, today, y'all, this is my husband. If you didn't know already, I know I talk about him all the time, but y'all, it's a special treat because we finally got him on the channel. But yeah, we're gonna be talking about our favorite love story.
Yeah.
What's your favorite love story?
Ours. Don't do that.
Okay.
You already know it's ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So y'all, we're gonna give y'all our favorite love story and then answer some questions that y'all left us on Instagram.
So we not talking about sports?
Not on this channel, honey.
Oh, all right. Just checking. I thought it was all right. Let's do it.
So let's talk about how we first met.
Yeah.
Go
Go.
ahead and start.
No, go ahead. Go. Whoa.
Okay, y'all. So I am so giggly today.
I see that.
So y'all, we met in a very today's world type of way. I was in my senior year of college at the U, the best university in all the land. And I wanted a boo thing, you know? And one of my girlfriends was like, you should download Bumble. And I was like, I don't really know about a dating app. I'm scared. What if they're a killer? But she convinced me I did it. And he was like maybe my third swipe. Very, very close on. And if you don't know, on Bumble, which Bumble, you should sponsor this video, but
Hey.
if you don't know, on Bumble, the girl actually has to reach out first, which I kind of liked because, you know, some of y'all be a little bit creepy. So I saw on his profile, he really baited me in because he's a teacher,
Yeah.
and he had pictures of his kids on his dating profile. Is that even allowed?
I don't remember. I don't remember that part. But I did have. I'm a teacher, and I'm always talking about my kids, so I probably had them on there.
He definitely had them on
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
In fact, they're probably the reason that I even swiped.
Is that right? And look at you now having kids.
Having your baby.
See? That's how you do it. You start like that, and then you get to here. I'm giving too much free game. This ain't my channel. Let's keep going. So you wanted a boo thing. Third swipe, I came through. You seen me.
Yeah, and
said-
y'all,
Yeah.
again, I was at the University of Miami when we matched.
Yeah.
And in his profile, it said he was from Miami. So I was like,
Facts.
God, is that you?
Yeah.
And I swiped right. I think I had the best pickup line there is.
Oh my God.
Whatever. My pickup line was, I see you're from Miami, so it's only right that I swipe that way. You get it? Because you swipe right when you like them. That was so good. You're tripping.
Keep going the story. That's not good. But go ahead, keep going.
So what's your part?
So somebody told me get on Bumble because, I'm a gentleman, So I was like, they're like, the lady picks and she approves. So I don't want to go crazy and just start attacking folk because I heard on Tinder and like,
Scary.
what's another one? There's a bunch of them out there, but I heard that you get on them and then you start clicking, harassing folk, right? So to me, I was like, yeah, man, let's do that. So I seen you had that
Y'all, he finna talk about my hair.
you had that you had
I used to not have the best hair, which y'all saw on my channel before.
Yeah, you was wilding. But
whatever.
you had
I was cute.
potential. You had potential.
I was
baby.
cute. That's why you swiped.
You was cute. You had potential. I seen my favorite one was
The
the
locks,
locks one, and look at us today. But I seen that one, and then I seen the business one. He was like,
which is when I had the locks.
"Oh, that was the same one." No, there's another one. You
Yes.
wearing like a little dress, like a little flowy dress.
I don't know what you talking about.
Nonetheless, I like that. I'm like, "Oh snap!" And I swipe, you swipe, we all swipe for marriage.
We were swiping for marriage, except for the fact that this man would not ask for my phone number. I was like, "Am I not cute?" Like,
Yo, turn
whoa,
that off.
that scared me.
Turn it off. But no,
You're in K4C
I'm in
music. Shout out,
K4C
y'all go
music,
listen to
and
his
we
music.
traveling, we doing our thing, and it's hard because like I didn't have the time, but I'm like, all right, she's on this app, we're linked together. At some point when stuff slow down, I'm a, I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna get on that. So it took a little while, baby. You know that. In fact, the first time we met was I was in a con. I had a couple of days between a concert. I didn't even have the right size pants on.
Y'all, he didn't. He had on his uncle's pants that was
See,
like 2 sizes too big, and he tried
exactly.
to like tighten the belt all
And
the
then you seen that?
way. I saw it,
No, you
babe.
didn't.
He
You
was
didn't
still
see
so
that.
cute though,
You
and
didn't
so
see that.
sweet. So
And then we made it.
we
So, anyways, we
did
did that. That was the date. We went on the first date. First date was at Panera
Panera
Bread,
Bread.
and then try to think.
Y'all be over here talking about Cheesecake Factory and Panera and don't take me here, don't take me there. Where's your husband?
Ooh, you talk
Y'all
like
bet.
that on here?
Y'all better go on them dates.
You talk
Stop
like
being
that on
so
here?
judgmental. I'm trying to give them the game.
You talk like that on here?
I'm just letting them know, but I'm gonna
So
go here
it's
to be
okay.
nice.
So it's okay. Let's set the record straight. It's okay that our first date was at Panera.
Heck yeah! I mean, we here, so
Okay. Okay. Because there's a lot of these women out here that they're saying you cannot. The first date gotta be STK, Ruth Chris, private back room. But you're saying as a married woman who you homeowner, you about to have a baby in a few months, you saying it's perfectly okay to start at Panera because it's not about where you start, it's
it's about where you go
go
and
and
finish.
finish. Okay. Say less.
Y'all, go on the date. It's not go on the date. Cause he trying to see if you even worth STK.
Oh.
Cause we done been now, but
Yeah. Yeah.
so anyways, tell them about how you asked me to be your girlfriend.
So yeah,
This is my favorite part of the story.
let me say the whole thing. So anyways, we were dating, going on dates for like what? 3 months? About 3 months, 4 months maybe. And then my friend had a wedding. Shout out to Nami. Nami had a wedding, and he's invited me. And he said, Sa, that's how he called him. He said, Sa, do you need a plus one? And I've never gone to a wedding with somebody ever. And I was like, I mean, I think I do. But I can't just bring nobody, just somebody. This person's got to be my girlfriend. We talking every day, all day, texting, sending each other stuff all day. And I'm like, yo, let me figure out how I can make her my girlfriend before we go. So I'm like, all right, cool. And it's not, none of my plans is working. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to invite her and then ask her there. I'm going to ask you there. And then so I went and I said, hey, would you like to go with me to a wedding down in Orlando? We living in Atlanta at the time. I said, would you? He said, yes. I said, cool. You asked your dad.
And I was like, I done graduated from college. I know I'm living at home with my parents, but I'll let them know I'm going.
Yeah.
But ask my daddy? Probably not.
So I'm like, all right, well, you're like, nah, he cool with it. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. So then nothing happened. We just waited and we're planning. We're at the mall. We buying matching tie to match your dress. We doing all this. And I'm like, yo, did you ask your dad? You're like, nah, he's cool with it. So finally, like, I call.
So this how I even found out that he
Your mom. Hold on,
called.
hold on. I call your mom and I'm like, hey, I'm going down with Mackenzie down to Orlando for a wedding. She's like, yeah, I know. And I'm like, all right.
I let them know.
And I'm like, does your husband know too? She's like, I don't know if she told her or not. So I'm like, oh, can you give me his number? So I get his number.
So he gets his number.
Yeah.
And I'm out to dinner with one of my other girlfriends, and you sent me a screenshot
Yeah.
of like a phone log.
Yeah.
Where he had been talking to somebody for 30 minutes.
30.
And I was
Easy.
like, why would he send me a screenshot of him talking to somebody? That's weird. Like, I'm confused, but whatever. Then I looked at it again, and I'm like, that's my daddy's number.
Yeah.
How did you even get that?
So your mama give me the number. I call her. We talk for about 30 minutes for real. And we're like we couldn't get off the phone. I'm like, all right, man, cool. I'm going to holler. He's like, yeah, man, we got to get together. I'm like, yeah, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And he said he trusts you. You can go down with me. It's a vibe. All right, cool. Enjoy yourself. Yada, yada, yada. I'm like, yeah, we got to meet. We already had met. But I'm like, yeah, we got to go out to eat or something. And he said he said some restaurant he's going to take me to. Apparently, he took everybody to restaurants.
I don't know about that part.
Anyways, he's about to take me to the restaurant, and then I'm like, all right, cool. So then I send you the screenshot, like, hey, man, yeah. Hey, you good to go now. Like, check.
And I was like, double check. He respect my daddy. Oh, my God. This finna be my husband.
Nah, but that was cool, and we went down there.
But before we went down there, we went to Chili's one night, and we were drinking, and I was like, first of all, I prayed before we went to Chili's, like a few days before. And I was like, Lord, I don't want to waste this man's time.
Never that, yeah.
If this man is not for me, please remove him from my life. I know y'all done said that prayer before.
And they got to.
They
talk to him. Well, you ladies got to make that prayer and approach it like that.
And listen, God ain't just going to remove the man if he ain't the one. He'll remove the friends, too. And so I had prayed that prayer anyways a few days. It was like a Monday that I prayed it. And on that Thursday, we went to Chili's. And I was like...
Chili's, another fairly inexpensive place to eat, right?
It was.
Yeah.
But, baby, we can...
I didn't even have a car.
He didn't have a car. Y'all be like, you can't... You can't fall in love with potential, but baby, he was kind of a little bit.
I was doing my thing.
But he had too much potential. Like, I just knew because of his character. I mean, he called my dad.
Yeah.
That outweighed more to me if he could take me to STK than it did anything else. So,
yeah.
Anyways, we back at our cheap date at Chili's. And I was like, oh, like, we should do a cheers, like a toast. And then he was like, okay. And he's like, what do you want to toast to? I'm like, you can choose. And he thinks about it for a second. Baby, you remember what you toasted to?
The answered prayers?
Toasted to answered prayers.
Answered prayers.
I said, God, is that you? So then we went down to Florida.
So we go down to Florida. You know, all my people are like, Sammy, what? Who? Sammy brought somebody to a wedding. And we had a good time. We danced a lot.
And also, y'all, when we got down to Florida, we I grew up in a church. Y'all know I'm a church girl. I had never really read the Bible much outside of like hearing the word in church. And so he, on the other hand, went to Bible school, minister. Amen, bless him. And and he was like, hey, do you want to do a devotion with me? And I'm like, okay, like, I don't really know what that looks like. I don't really read the Bible outside of church, but sure, I'll read it with you. And he, like, would always just read a chapter a day, and he just happened to be, I think it was in Proverbs. No, it wasn't. It was it was in Psalm. He was in Psalm, and yeah, he was like, yeah, this is just the next chapter that I'm reading. I don't know if this was planned or what, but it just so happened that the title of that day, like in the Bible, was the blessedness of answered prayers. I was like, okay.
at
Okay,
that.
God, it must be you
Look
now.
at that.
It must be
So
him.
we do the devotion. We go. I set up a whole day. We went horseback riding. We had Haitian food. Then we went to the wedding. Had a good time. Dance. You met everybody. All the people
And I
there.
still wasn't his girlfriend at this
Yeah.
point.
And then at the end of the night, we go down this little like dark street.
I said, "Oh my God, I knew it was Bumble.
But
He
it was
finna
like a
kill
movie.
me."
When you look back at it
It
now, it's like
was.
a
It
movie. It's like we went to the
was.
back, we went to the back alley, and then like we're like we maybe had a glass of wine or
Or two.
two, right? And then like you're sweating from dancing, and I reached over, what I'm saying, grabbed your hand. I said, "Come here." And I said, "Hey, will you be my girlfriend?"
And what did I
You
say?
said yes. You
And
said only
tell him.
if the next question you ask me is to be your wife.
Amen, baby, because I already knew.
Mm.
Period. That's
So
my
that was
husband.
so that was what was that? 2019.
19.
We in 2025. And then so we made it happen. And then here we are today.
Here we are
We
today
are.
with a baby girl on the
On the way.
way.
Yeah. Now you got me risking my life meeting up with folks at Facebook Marketplace for stuff for the baby. So you know what I'm saying? You never know, fellas, where you can get to. You never know. You never know. Never know.
Do you want to tell him how you asked me to be your wife?
Save that for another one.
Okay.
I might come back. I'm feeling good. I know we're at home, but I feel good on It's Kenzie Simone.
It's
I
a
feel
great
good.
channel
It's
to
a good
be
little
on.
vibe. I might
It's
come
a great
back.
channel.
But I gotta get some wine the next time I come back. And hopefully you don't have the baby in the belly. You get you a little glass of wine. We really give it up. We really give it up. Let's do some questions though.
All right, let's do some questions, y'all.
Yeah. Thank y'all so much for asking these questions. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Turn your notification bell on as well.
So I kind of already answered this question.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna let you answer your version, which is, how did you know that she was the one?
Well, Future says she didn't leave when I was broke. She didn't leave when I was broke. No. How did I know? I think for me, the biggest thing was I was so attracted to you, right? That was my first thing. My first words to you ever was,
Wow, you're beautiful.
so, I hear people do this whole, like, they're my soul. I don't do that. If you beautiful to me I came for attraction. I love all the
Not
other
my
stuff.
heart.
I didn't see your heart.
Not my
through you.
character.
I didn't see your character on no app. I just saw a beautiful, beautiful face with a beautiful body. I'm a man. I don't know. Can I be honest?
Have the beautiful hair.
Right? I'm like, oh, okay, that one, she looked good, so I'm gonna go right there. I didn't know what you was like. Hopefully, you had
But how did you know I was the one, like, that you wanted me to be your wife?
Oh, I thought they would ask. Okay, that as well. I think there's a bunch of signs that came, but one of the solid ones was we were in Florida. And I think we just sat in the back patio. It was during my uncle's funeral and time of that season, and I remember we just sat and talked from like 6 p.m. to like 2. We moved it inside too.
Yeah.
We went from like 6 to 11, and the mosquitoes was like hitting on us. We go inside the house and talk from like 11 to like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
And I was like, we weren't like talking like.
We were literally like sitting across
from each other,
yeah.
just like vibing. And I was like, oh, this gonna work. Like, this is it. Like, this is something I could do for the next 70 years.
Yeah.
Right? It wasn't like like I said, we wasn't on top of each other. It wasn't a steamy room. We be doing those. Hence, we got the baby on the way.
We
But
didn't do those before we was
before we was married,
married.
never, no. We were celibate before we were married. But I'm saying like it wasn't like this beautiful like nah. It was just like we're talking about life and what we wanted and how we saw it. And it was my uncle's funeral, so I was telling you about this family member, that family member. And I'm big, like as a Haitian person, I'm big on like my culture and how like people look at it. And we have a negative stigma a lot of times around the world. So like you being in my auntie house, seeing everything and not like holding that like or seeing it in a negative way, I was like, this will work. You know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I want this, you know what I mean, at least the next 70 years. And even though you don't talk to me as much like that sometimes, but
Yo, we still talk a lot to
but
this day.
those are some good, like, I feel like that was the base for everything.
Yeah.
And I'm already, yeah, it just made so much sense to me. It made so much sense. So that's how I knew. Like, once I left there, I'm like, okay, this is it.
Yeah.
This is the one. Yeah. And then you worked your way, like, into my life. Like, you started fitting, like, your strengths matched, like, my weaknesses. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
it
boom.
makes sense.
And it made sense, yeah. So I think as a man, like, I just was like, okay, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Next
right,
question. Give me another
question number 2. How
me
many
again?
kids do you guys want? I'll take as many as the good Lord will give us.
How many kids we want? I want 7.
He wants 7.
Let's 7.
We'll see. We'll see how number 1 works.
2, 3,
3,
4,
4,
5,
7.
6,
7.
7. We want 7 kids.
Anyways,
Why you
this is a good one. What is the scariest thing about getting married? Not the wedding, but the actual marriage.
You answered that?
No,
Go ahead,
but
answer it. Go.
now being in marriage, I think the scariest thing is allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to have that mirror. People would always talk about marriage is a mirror, but I feel like I never really understood what they meant until I got in marriage, and it is a mirror. And you really just have to be willing to grow, to not be so offended, and know that some of the ugliest parts of you are going to be exposed, but you fix them because you care about the person that you're with. So that was the scariest part for me.
I think for me, the scariest part is, for the most part, as a man, you worried about you forever. Like in the beginning of your life, you're a young man, you trying to get it. The scary part is when you start having to make decisions for other people, like you become that leader. And I think that's the scariest part because it's like, yo, you know, that's why some people, I believe if you don't see marriage, you won't want marriage, right? It's like for me, I saw my mom and my daddy, before my daddy passed away, they were together for 48 years, right?
Yeah.
40 years. So I watched him like sacrifice and make every decision with her in mind. So I just knew I had to get to that. But it's still a scary thing because it's like, man, you know, sacrifice, you know, if you think about it, it's you don't ever really get to see like
The fruits of your
sacrifice, right? So you might be sacrificing, and it's like you think about some of the greatest people, Jesus. He will see the sacrifice, right? Or in no time he's seeing it, but like MLK, he didn't see no sacrifice. Yeah. Like Malcolm X, he didn't see that. So it's like part of it was being scary is like I'm just doing it, and then with the hopes that you see it and feel it and like submit more, like come more into it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's scary though because, you know, innately we selfish, and especially in men.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's scary.
Did y'all ring shop together, or was your ring a complete surprise?
So I DJ, and I went to DJ for this lady who's a jeweler, and I did a good job DJ. And she's like, whatever you need, you know what I mean? Come see me. I'm like, what are you? She's like, I'm a jeweler. I'm like, she's like, well, I got chain, stereotype. I got chains. I got, I got watch. I got everything. And I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to get married. I need a ring. I'm gonna come for you for an engagement ring. And she's like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So God bless, man. She and I'm still friends with them today, right? And I went over there, and they would not let me leave until they gave me a deal. And so they gave me a deal for something I picked, and I'm like, oh shoot, that's lower than my budget. We can go bigger. So we went bigger, and they're like, we can do it for that. I'm like, oh, you really trying to help me out here. So I'm like, let's do that. Let's do that, to the point where I finally got the one, and I'm like, they're like, yeah, we got to do it for that. I'm like, all right, fine.
This
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And then I had the ring around you all for 6 months, 5 months, just in your face.
Never knew.
You go get some out of a drawer. It's in there. It's in the car. The ring saw you so many times.
I did not see my ring. But to
Yeah.
answer the question, we did go ring shopping before, but never for anything that I actually liked.
Yeah.
But I feel like I sent you a lot of pictures though.
You did.
And y'all, he literally to the T
Yeah.
got what I wanted.
Yeah, I remember. You did send a lot of pictures. Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I was the one who was going to be wearing it every day.
Sure,
I want to make sure you knew
For sure.
what I liked.
That's what I like.
Okay, what are y'all most excited for with becoming parents? I'm most excited just to create this family. I have so much love and admiration for my husband, and out of that love that even he has for me, we're creating a new life.
Yeah.
And I just think that's just the most beautiful thing when it's done, how it's been done. And I think I'm just excited to continue to grow God's kingdom with our little family unit. And yeah, that's what I'm most excited about.
I think for me, I am excited to create our own family. I think I had a great family, and I have a great family.
Yeah.
My mom and my dad were amazing for me.
Yeah,
My aunt and my
same.
uncle were amazing. My sisters, my brother, everybody is amazing. But this is ours.
Yeah.
And I get to create this, and I get to mold it and shift it, and they're gonna our daughter's gonna take our everything and be a combination of us two, and get the best traits of us. And then the traits that we won't have, she's gonna be that mirror. Because people say that kids are your mirror. They spit back exactly what you give them. So I feel like for us, we'll be able to get better as people because of our children. I know as a husband, you've made me better as a person, as a believer, and I think I would hope the same as well for you.
Of course, baby, of course.
So I think our child will have the same impact on us. We'll be softer to each other because of our child. We'll be better people just in general because we have two eyes watching and depending on us to mold them. So for sure.
And on the total opposite end of that, what is the one thing you're scared about when it comes to becoming parents? You go first.
Sleep. You know how I don't play about sleep.
Y'all, we take so many naps.
Yeah.
Growing up in middle and high school, I had this one best friend. I would always go over her house and we would just take naps. And that's literally what my marriage has turned into. We're always knocked out.
Yeah. That's going to be. And I think it's selfish, but it's schedule. I'm a routine.
We both are.
Yeah.
And that's going out the window.
For the beginning, yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to train the baby, man. I'm not, you know what I'm saying? I think we have to train the baby. Hey, you know what I mean? This is when you go to sleep. It's when you
Yeah.
wake up. Like, there'll be a lot of crying in this house. It ain't gonna be me.
It's going to be
It's going.
me. For me, I think I'm probably most scared about having to give up my husband because I already know she's about to be a daddy's girl. And I'm about to split my man. And I don't know if I want to do that. How do y'all handle your age difference? So
Ooh.
we
Who asked
are.
that? I can see who asked that.
It's right there.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, you do.
I do. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Anyway, so we're 8.5 years apart.
Yeah.
I am currently 27. I'll be 28 in June. He is 36.
Yeah.
He just turned 36 in January. So, how do we handle the age difference?
I think for me, I love learning, right? I'm a lifetime student, right? Going back to school. I like learning. And I think there's a freshness, there's a newness that you bring to my life that, you know what I mean? It helps. And I feel like if you was my age, maybe that wouldn't have been the case.
Yeah.
You feel me? And I am a leader. I am someone who you know, am bold, brave. So it just makes sense for me to naturally lead, right? So I don't know. To me, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, some days I feel it.
I don't really feel it that much,
You
to
never
be
feel it.
honest. I not really often. I also think maybe because I grew up like I have 3 older sisters,
Yeah.
so I was like I feel like just older than a lot of my peers. Even all my friends were always older than me. In school growing up, like to hang out with the admin instead of the students. Like I feel like I was just always around older people, so to me it just made sense. It's like not whatever, dude.
Okay.
Okay, y'all, we have 4 more questions.
Get it.
Do you plan on being a stay-at-home mom for a bit? Ew, Sophie. I will be on maternity leave
Yeah.
for the first few months of baby's life, but I only work outside of the house for about 10 hours a week, so it's not gonna kill me to go back to work. And I also really enjoy what I do, so I feel like I'm gonna, like we were just talking about, I'm gonna want to be back in that routine. So
Yeah. I think what's dope for us too is we're having a baby in the summer.
yeah,
So it's like I'm a teacher. So
we both gonna be home
all
loving my
summer,
baby girl.
I'm here. Right. So
Yeah,
that'll be a big thing.
yeah,
That'll be a big thing. And a lot of people aren't afforded that luxury. We're very blessed to be able to have, like that's 3 months. That
yeah,
the first 3 months I am home, right? So, I think a lot of fathers don't get that,
yeah.
because they get that evening time or while they're working during the day. I feel like for us, like that'll be a really, really cool thing. Yeah. I'll be able to help a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you learned about yourself since being married? Okay, I'll start. I learned before we got married, he always said you can't stand in sand.
Mm.
And I
Break
think
that down. What does that mean?
basically you got to be accountable for your
Ooh.
actions, for your past, for the decisions that you make. You just have to be accountable.
Yeah.
And I think that so often we can kind of just, just push past it. But no, I definitely learned I wasn't accountable. And like I said, marriage is that mirror. I learned how to be accountable. What
Yeah.
about you, babe? What'd you learn?
I think for me, I learned that I can't just say anything, like I have to do it, which is accountability too, right? Yeah, it's like
To
accountability.
an
I feel like
extent.
um, you know, you whether purpose intentionally or unintentionally, if I say something, you're gonna hold me to it, and you
Facts.
with me all day, every day. So it's like I really can't run from whatever I say. So it taught me like one, what I mean, be careful with your words, but beyond that, like do what you say you do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You expect a certain type of character from me, and I can't deviate from that.
Yeah.
Which is you're holding me
We got
to,
high expectations.
yeah, but you're holding me to the same thing that like God is holding me
Right.
to. So it's like it's an extra reminder. Do I like it all the time? You know,
But when you die, he is going to say, "Well
done,
done,
my
good
good
and
and faithful
faithful
servant.
servant."
Amen.
All right, two more.
Get it?
This is a good one. You
Okay.
answer it first.
Uh-oh.
What was y'all's first big fight about, and how did you resolve it? I said you answer first because honestly, I can't think
No,
about
no,
it.
I'm gonna say it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So the biggest
Okay.
fight. Hold on. The biggest fight we ever had. I'm on this camera. I'm gonna do this one. The biggest. What's going on? I'm trying to turn up. The biggest problem we ever had, the biggest fight we ever had was you stole my juices down in Florida.
Oh
And
my
I was
God.
like,
Wait.
you are the greediest person I've ever had in my life because you came and you just stole my juice. And you know what I'm talking about. You took my juice and then you was like, oh, two of these are mine. And you're a stealer, thief.
I actually remember it the other way. I remember that you took my juice.
No.
Yes, because remember you thought that I
It's not
got.
my thought. Tell the story. Is this how you do it on Kidney Simone? This is how you do it? This how she do y'all show and tell y'all the truth?
So what
No.
happened was Sammy has a friend. Shout out.
Shout out to Juicilation down in Naples.
And he asked me to go pick up some juices.
What was I doing?
I don't know.
I was teaching. I was virtually teaching.
At the end of the day, he asked me to go pick up the juices.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
And I think we were given 6. So what makes sense to me is if 2 people are given 6, I get 3, you get 3.
Hey, yo, that is not what happened.
What happened?
I sent you. I said, hey, could you go get? Because we're about to leave.
Yeah.
I'm virtually teaching. I said, hey, can you get the juice so I can finish teaching and then we can leave? I send you to the store, the juice store, for a specific flavor, right?
Okay.
I didn't even call my friend there because I'm like, I don't like getting free stuff like that. Especially, I'm over there a lot. I get way too much juice for him. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, I'll just pay for these. So I asked you to buy me 2 juices.
And he
You
gave
get
us
the
like
flavors.
each 3.
And then he sees you, and he goes, oh, snap. You're Sammy's girlfriend. He gives you, what? A bunch of juice.
Yeah.
You should have said. This is where I had the problem. It's like some
But if
therapy,
you
right?
only
Hold on.
if you only asked for 2 and you got 3, you already got blessed.
Okay. So here's what I'm saying, though, because I hear that. If you say it that way, it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy.
It was crazy.
Sounds crazy. If I send you for 2 juices for those 2 flavors, right?
Yeah.
And then you come back with 6 juices, 2 of of one of the flavors I like, 2 of the other ones.
So we can each
Those
have
4
one.
are mine.
Absolutely
You
not.
doubled up. You doubled up. Them 4 are mine. So I was like, okay. So we get into the car. I'm about to leave. And then I'm drinking 1 juice. This is good. We get to a rest area. I'm like, drink another juice. And then
we get back to
because
Atlanta.
we weren't together. And then we get to Atlanta, and you go to your house.
And I'm like, where's my juice? Y'all, I think I
You was
did
mad.
start
You was
crying.
mad. You was
I
mad.
I
You was
actually
mad.
didn't
You was
even know if
mad.
you was
Over
my husband
juice.
at that point.
Over juice.
Because you
You
stole.
s-
Yeah. Wait, let's rewind. Because remember how you said that I was the thief?
that what you
You.
but you ordered the juice as if it was yours.
Whatever, dude.
So that was our biggest fight. That was our biggest fight. I feel like that was our biggest fight.
Whatever.
That was the biggest one.
How do we resolve it? Now we just always ask, "Hey, babe, can I have this? This in the fridge?"
Yeah. Now we don't play like that. Yeah. Now we don't play like that.
Okay, last question. Let's end
Yeah.
it on a good one. How has marriage been?
We answered that. Marriage is amazing. I feel like for me, um, yeah, I feel like I have a purpose in life. I talk about it a lot on my channel, but I talk about how I have a newfound purpose. I have a newfound identity as a husband first, and then she get here, I'll be a father. But I love leading you. I love being with you. I love talking with you. I love hanging with you, kissing you, looking into your eyes. um, yeah, I feel like marriage has made my life better, right? So when people ask me, like, a lot of guys ask me, why are you married? Or, "Oh, man, people getting married still?" I always am a proponent for it because, like, I know how much I've benefited from it.
Yeah.
Like, and then I not only the benefit part, but I love answering the call of, what I mean,
God's purpose.
God's purpose. And I think the manliest thing you can do is lead your wife. I think the manliest thing you can do is provide and protect your wife. So yeah, for me, marriage has been amazing.
Yeah. I love it, y'all. My mom always says she loves being a wife to her husband.
Shout
And
out to
that's
Mama Deb.
facts.
Shout out to Mama Deb, man. Shout out to Mama Deb.
Yes, it's been the.
You got her up here yet?
No, I got to get her on.
You need to get. You need to get her on. We need to get my mama on here.
We should.
It'll
We
be
should.
crazy. We'll get canceled. She not.
Let's do her on your channel. Speaking of, y'all, go and subscribe to Sammy's channel at Sammy Rigo. It'll be in the description. And I really hope that y'all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun. I gotta
Yeah.
get you back on here.
Hey, let me know. Y'all talk sports or y'all talk what y'all?
Oh my God, y'all.
What else do y'all talk on here?
We talk marriage,
Design, obviously.
interior
design.
design, and motherhood.
Oh, okay. I don't really know anything about interior design. Don't
But
really
you
know
talk
too
a little bit
much.
about fatherhood on yours.
Yeah, so we could cross that. Let's
Yeah.
do my channel next. Let's do
All
that.
right, let's do it. It's a date.
Let's do it's a date. What you doing later, girl?
Oh my goodness.
We'll do that. So the second one we'll do on my channel.
All right.
We gonna
Deal.
get it. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Thanks y'all so much for watching. We'll see you next time on It's Kenzie Simone. Bye.